and welcome to another bonus episode of Kill James Bond.
Hello.
And it's the double dragon configuration of power. It's Devon and Nova.
We're back and stronger than ever before. Mm-hmm. Abby was merely keeping us down. Our power limiters have been broken. We're now going to talk about a cool movie from 1971.
We're going to denounce every working actor.
That Tom Cruise bloke seems weird. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Impossible to say.
He seems interpersonally nice. I don't know, whatever.
But yeah, this is your bonus pick, Dev, which means that It's going to be about 1970s perverts. You know?
That's right.
We're establishing a firm niche here with this and cruising, right? Like,
it's true. Yeah, I watched this quite recently because Donald Sutherland passed away very recently, 20th of June 2024, and I ended up watching this and absolutely loved it. I rated it 5 stars. I feel like on rewatch maybe 4.5 is more fair, but like,
you can spoil yourself on upcoming content for us by following both of us on Letterboxd, right?
Yes.
Abby doesn't have one because she's like too busy making movies to review them, but like you can tell
she's been in more than she's watched. That's the the sort of dark place.
The sort of the issue here is that if you follow both of us on Letterboxd, you'll see that we both watched Klute.
We did.
And you gave it 5 stars, faved it, and wrote a review calling it sensational.
That was the one word that I used in my review.
Yep. That's the pull quote on the poster. And then I gave it...
Sensational.
And then I gave it 3.5 stars. So, once again...
That's so fair. I just saw Jane Fonda acting her fucking ass off in this movie.
Jane Fonda is great in this.
The things that she does, she's so real.
Like, Jane Fonda's great in this. Donald Sutherland's great in this. I think, much like cruising, right? One of the things that we're kind of diverging on is like directorial style, right? This movie, it's very New Hollywood. If you don't know what New Hollywood is, it's like Taxi Driver, right? Like is New Hollywood or like Mean Streets or like anything with like pervasive sort of 70s themes of like alienation and like paranoia and often like women have their tits out. That's New Hollywood, right?
I believe that they didn't let you make a movie in the 70s if there weren't any tits in it. Like I think that they actually, it's sort of the Academy was like, you have to put the tits in or we'll lose.
That's true.
We'll lose money in China.
And the Academy did like this movie. Like Jane Fonda won an Academy Award for Best Actress off of this.
That's
which
right.
She deserved. I think my beef with the New Hollywood is sort of that functionally, I thought it was kind of like a rebel gloss on the same stuff. Like, and I think that's going to be my objection to this movie too.
That's entirely reasonable.
But this is like, we're very much in the sort of 70s paranoia thing. The Conversation, movies like that. Like this is a movie that has a real kind of like fixation with the tape recorder and the phone as being like instruments of like terror and oppression, you know?
Yeah, this is directed by a guy called Alan J. Pakula. This was his second movie that he ever directed.
Dracula being asked to make up a fake name on the spot. Like
this guy, he did a bunch of movies. He did All the President's Men with fucking Redford.
Robert Redford,
Yeah. He actually died in an extremely Final Destination way as well.
Really?
I didn't know about this. I looked up 1998. He was driving on the Long Island Expressway when a driver in front of him kicked up a metal pipe that came straight through his windshield and hit him in the head.
Oh, Jesus.
Just died on the spot because that's the kind of thing that kills a person.
Extremely loud metal pipe dropping to floor noise.
Terrible.
Wow. Okay.
It can happen at any time.
I'm crossing out the note that I wrote here that says the director of this should be killed with a huge metal pipe through the windshield of his car. It was really prophetic of me.
Someone should shoot a metal pipe at this guy.
But yeah, no, this is it's sort of like of that kind of like it's sometimes conceived of as being in a paranoia trilogy with All the President's Men and the Parallax View, which is also by this guy. And I like the other two of those movies better than this, but
that's reasonable. I haven't seen them. I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Damn, this guy did Sophie's Choice. Wow.
Really? Huh.
Gonna close that Wikipedia page and record the podcast.
the two of us with like much less functional ADHD have been left to try and like drive the plot of this movie along.
Reading Wikipedia and be like, wow, there's facts in here. So yeah, opening shot, I guess we'll start out. We open on a dinner party. It's shot very congenially. It's like everyone's laughing and doing banter. And then there's a guy at the head of the table called Tom, and he's talked to twice. He seems a little distracted. And then we hard cut to the same table with a couple of the same people around it in the same seats, but they're being talked to by a group of cops who are going, Tom's gone.
Yeah.
Tom disappeared a couple of days ago. He might be dead.
Tom Gruneman. And we immediately see Donald Sutherland, his best friend. Yes. Donald Sutherland, who is a cop in this like small town of Tuscarora, Pennsylvania, and who is like baffled as his wife is. You know, why would he disappear? Why would why would he do this? And the cops kind of indelicately ask, well, was there anything about like, was he weird about sex? Was your late husband a sex freak, ma'am?
Yeah.
And was he like the sort of missing person in a 70s psychological horror?
Yeah, he's like, listen, I have to ask this. It's sort of boilerplate. Was he a real freak with it? Was he like strange style? Did he like anything unusual? And his wife's like, no. But they're like, well, we found a letter in his desk. It's addressed to a woman in New York called Bree. And it's this really like salacious. We don't know what the internals of the letter are. I don't know if we ever see it. It's just like horny in a like threatening way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a threateningly like sort of sexually abusive letter, right?
Yeah.
And the wife doesn't believe this, and we see that Donald Sutherland has some like doubts too, right? There's also throughout this, we're getting audio recording, like a tape.
Yeah.
And this is like taking us through the opening credits, right? Of Bree Daniels, this woman, this call girl.
Yeah.
This being the 70s, she has a very kind of like psychological affect. And one of the things that she does that we hear her do when she's talking to a client, right, is to kind of put him at his ease by talking about like how there's nothing like...
I don't think that's terribly unusual. Like, sentence constructions like that.
Yeah, exactly. And like essentially saying that like there's nothing wrong, there's nothing shameful with like anything more or less sexual, right? That she won't judge him. There's one of the lines here is I think the only way any of us can ever be happy is to let it all hang out, which is very 70s in phrasing.
Yes, extremely so. And we get the first shot post credits. I love the low energy. I'm having a good time here, actually. The first shot post credits is of a fashion lineup, right? Like, but like a casting lineup for a fashion.
Yeah, it's a castle call. They're shooting like a cosmetics ad, and it's like sort of line full of women with the like producers and the ad executives going down and like. Openly.
They're talking to each girl. They're like, can I see your hands? Your hands look like a man's hands. Fuck you. They're like talking about each girl like they're not there.
It's like clocky. Yes. Yeah.
Like turning to each other and being like, oh no, like the color's a bit off, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, she says one of them is too pretty.
I take that as feedback. That's fine.
We see Jane Fonda get like passed over for this role, right? And in fact, all of them get passed over, and they bring in some more women, right? So we're clearly setting out the stall here that like, oh, we're in the business of objectifying women, right? This is the movie. It's feminist. It's feminist.
It's feminist. Fuck.
We'll see.
Whoa. That's enough of that. If you want to hear the rest of this high energy and exciting episode of Kill James Bond, you're gonna have to go to the Patreon, patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word, and sign up today for a minimum of £5 a month. £5 a month, come on. That's for you. That's a little treat for you.